Hello church families and happy Easter! It's Easter Sunday today, isn't it? Have you found any chocolate eggs? You might be having an egg hunt later on. Now we have got some great activities today. We've got our song that we've been learning, Lord I lift your name on high. Have you learnt any of the actions? And we've got an Easter garden, but not like last week's one. This one's a little bit different. This one is one that you can eat. I think you'll really like it. And we've also got one of our families is going to show us how we can decorate our windows for Easter.
So glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way from the earth to the cross. My dad's paid from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way from the earth to the cross. My dad's paid from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. You came from heaven to earth to show the way from the earth to the cross. My dad's paid from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I lift your name on high.
Now Ellie's going to come and tell us later what happened a little bit after the Easter story. But first I'm going to read you this book, The Story of Easter. Are you sitting comfortably? Jesus came to earth to live life as a man. He was one of us, a part of God's great plan. He taught us the truth and what God's love meant. Many people followed him everywhere he went. One day on a donkey he entered a great town. His followers all cheered, but some men wore a frown. These men hated Jesus and all that he had done. They were cross when Jesus said he was God's own son. Jesus shared a supper with all of his close friends. He knew his time on earth was coming to an end. He went into a garden late that night to pray. Desperate, he said, "Father, is this the only way?" The men who hated Jesus found him praying there. They took him to be judged, even though it wasn't fair. They asked Jesus questions for a very long time, but could not find him guilty of any single crime. When the ruler called Pilate wished to set Jesus free, many in the crowd shouted, "Hang him on a tree." Jesus was not guilty, but he was put on a cross, just as God had told him his life must be lost. Suddenly the sky went dark and everyone was scared. 6 hours later Jesus died and all his friends despaired. Some men took his body and put it in a cave. They rolled a stone across to make a sealed grave. On the third day, to their surprise, the stone had rolled away and Jesus was alive. And this was all God's big plan, that Jesus had to die to pay the price for sin, for all our wrongs and lies. And so because of Jesus, when our lives are through, we can live in heaven if we trust and love him too. There we go. You might have this book or something similar at home. Or maybe Mummy and Daddy can find a video on YouTube. There's one from Saddleback Kids that is a really good explanation of the Easter story.
Hi Isla, what are you making today?
Stained glass cross.
Great. So could you tell us a little bit about what we need to make it?
We need a pot with glue in and a paintbrush and some tissue paper and a bit of paper, whatever colour paper, which is black, and we might need a grown-up because to cut out the cross.
Good. So can you pick up the cross so that everyone can see? So you might need a grown-up to help you cut your paper or your card, ideally, into the
Like
shape of the
this.
cross, like that. Okay, so how are you going to make your stained glass cross?
I'm going to do this.
Good. So you're going to glue put a bit of glue on the edge of the cross, and then stick your tissue paper over the top. And we've just put a plastic wallet underneath, haven't we, to make it easy to leave it to dry with the glue on it. And we found, didn't we, Isla, that when it all dries, you can just peel the wallet away underneath and it's all just nice and stuck down. So do you want to show us what you're going to do next?
I'm going to do this.
Great. What colour are you going to choose next? Yeah, do you want to show us what's the next colour you're going to do?
To stick this poly, I'm going to do
Bit of blue. Nice.
pink.
Like pink. Yeah.
No, that orange. I want you to cut that.
Right, so do you want to show us your finished cross? Brilliant. So it's still wet at the moment, so it just needs to dry. Once it's dry, you'll be able to peel it off the poly wallet, and it should all have been stuck together. Then you can trim any of the bits off that go over the edges and stick it to your window. And you can see here we actually made one that is actually using sweet wrappers instead of tissue paper, and so that one's got nice and shining in the sun. And then we can say Happy Easter, everybody. Do you want to say Happy Easter, Isla?
Happy Easter! My name is Ruben, and we're going to make an Easter garden.
So what did we do? We've got a cake. What did we put in this one?
So we put chocolate for the dirt.
We put chocolate, so it's like soiled, didn't we? So
Yeah.
we made a square one of those, and we made some white cupcakes like this. This one's a bit wiggly on the top, but actually that's good because we need to scoop out a bit, because this is going to be our tomb. So we're going to make the garden where Jesus' tomb was. So this one, if we take it out and we turn it upside down, this is going to be the tomb. So we need to just scoop off the top bit.
Why are we doing that, Mum?
Well, what's this going to be when we turn it upside down?
The rock.
This is going to be the rock in front of Jesus' tomb. So
And we made some green icing,
we
as you can
did.
see, because it's high up.
So the green icing,
It's going to be the glass.
here we go. So we made some green icing. What did we make the icing out of? Cream cheese
Cream cheese
and
and
icing sugar,
icing sugar.
didn't we? So we're going to spread the
Icing.
Icing. onto our chocolate base. You going to do that?
Yeah, and it's a bit gloopy.
It is a bit gloopy. So there you go, you can put it all over. Well done. Would you like me to help you? No? No? You can spread it with the back of the spoon. There you go, you can do another bit.
Wiggly, wiggly, wiggly. Wiggly, wiggly, wiggly.
Well done. Should we spread that with the back of the spoon? Smooth it out. Well done. Do you want me to help?
Yeah, it needs more icing.
Needs more icing, does it? Okay. Well done. So we'll just spread it out a little bit.
I put the icing on, you spread it.
Okay, good idea.
And if there's any drippy bits, I'll just...
You're going to eat the drippy bits, are you? Okay. Right, so we'll put the green icing all over it, so it's like our garden.
Whoa, 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 no drippy bits.
And what other things have we got to decorate our garden with? What did we use? What are we going to use for the path?
So
We've got some, cereal?
we are going to use some chocos.
Well, like Cocoa Pops, aren't they? These ones.
Yeah.
So shall
We're going
we?
to use them for the path.
We are. So here we go. Here's our green garden. So we're going to put the tomb like this. There we go. So we've got the little hole. And shall we put the stone in front of it?
Yeah.
Or should we put it moved a little bit? Moved a little bit because today is
Easter, and the angel moved the rock, so Jesus is still alive.
Yeah, so we could do a little path down the middle, couldn't we? We can put quite a bit. It doesn't matter if, because it's cereal, we can just kind of sprinkle it, can't we?
Okay. Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. Look at this massive.
There we go.
Path.
Well, it is a garden, isn't it?
Massive.
Right, and we've got some fun cake decorations for flowers and things in the garden, so we can put that on it as well.
Can I have some icing?
You can have some of the icing afterwards. Hang on, here we go. Right, which ones are we going to put on?
So we're gonna do the blues.
The blue ones. Okay, pop the blue ones on there. Those ones are stuck together. That's all right. Put it on. The blue, and then some yellow. Could be lots of different spring flowers, couldn't they?
Yeah. Boom, boom.
So we sprinkle them on.
Yeah.
And then we've got some jazzies as well, don't we? So they could be a bit like spring flowers.
Jazzies.
Jazzies, shall I tip some out in my hand?
Yeah, Mum. If there's any more
Jazzies left over,
jazzies and those, I can eat.
we can probably eat them. Shall we use some on our Easter garden?
Yeah.
Do you want to do them so that we can see the spotty bits? Well done. And here's our Easter garden. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit messy, because actually, what are we going to do with it?
Eat it.
We're going to eat it, aren't we?
Yeah.
We hope you had fun, and we would love to see if you make one of your own. Bye!
Bye.
Look what we found, a cave. Now, I don't know if you've ever wondered what happened to Jesus after he died on the cross, but he was put in a tomb, and a tomb is a little bit like this, a cave, and a great big stone was rolled across the entrance to shut the door of the tomb. Well, a bit later, some of Jesus' friends came to the tomb and they found the stone rolled away, and the tomb was like this, open. And what did they say when they looked in the tomb?
It's empty. He isn't here.
That's right. Jesus wasn't there anymore. It was just a great empty tomb, like this empty cave. And we'll tell you a bit more of the story in a minute. Jesus was alive. Everything that had happened was part of God's plan to show us how much he loved us and to make everything all right again.
After Jesus had rose from the dead, he appeared to quite a lot of his friends for a few weeks. Some days it was while they were walking along a road, some days it was all when they were all eating together. But one day, it was when some of his friends had been fishing. And Jesus came to the beach and started cooking a meal for them. And then, when their boat came near the shore, he waved to them and said, "Come and have breakfast with me." And they did. They had a lovely meal with Jesus. And what Jesus was doing was just helping them to be really sure that he was alive and he was with them again and that everything was going to be okay.
It was so lovely to have you with us today. I hope you loved all of the activities. We would love it if you could share it on Instagram or Facebook, on the Woodies Kids Instagram page, or on our Facebook groups for the 9:15 service or our Woodies Kids page. See you again soon. Bye.
Can you look after the whole world, all of the community, and the community means look after the whole world, and please look after every single people. Thanks for dying on the cross, and thanks for coming alive again. Amen. I love you, God. Amen.